avoid lending the money to people. This boy won bets like last week. I'm not saying avoid bets, before somebody will come and beat me. From the beginning to the end, 2,400 Ghana cedis. But also you should invest in something you have knowledge in. This is something that every Ghanaian should know. Having a great financial life is always part of everybody's New Year resolution or New Year goals. I'm here to share with you 5 things I learned from this book, which is The Richest Man in Babylon, and how it will help you elevate your financial life. If this seems like a video you like to watch, kindly watch to the end of the video because I also have a bonus tip for you. Let's get into it. Hey guys, my name is Akia. For those of you who don't know me, for those of you who do, hi. I love you. Thank you so much for returning back to my channel, and I hope this new year brings so much joy, laughter, happiness, everything that we've been dreaming of. And of course, the financial life should be going positively, right? Anyway, as I mentioned in the intro, I'll be sharing things that I've learned from this book, which came as a recommendation. This book is a very good. I believe everybody should personally read this book, for their own self, just to learn a bit more than what I'm sharing with you. So for now, kindly subscribe if you haven't done that yet. Like this video and leave a comment down below. Leave your questions, your suggestions, and any other thing that you think we should know. Share it with us in the comment section, and we will definitely love it. So I have written down the points on my phone. I'll just be reading them out, and then I'll explain how I think that should apply to our personal lives as well. The first key points that I got from this book, from the beginning to the end, that's from the first page to the last page, one thing that was consistent, or one thing that the writer kept hammering on, was saving at least 10% of your income. He mentions that at least you should pay yourself first before you do any other thing. So that means you save first before you spend. I'm sure you've heard this thing a lot of times, and at this point it's beginning to sound cliche, but you should always save at least 10% of your savings. So pay yourself first. Half of that's 10% of your money is yours to keep. Make sure that in your salary, or if you own a small business, whatever profit comes, and then you are trying to, pay yourself or restock or do anything, make sure you put 10% of that amount of money that you are earning down, or you are saving that aside. The second one that he mentioned also in the book was that after saving, you should put every penny that you save to work for you. So you should make sure that whatever you're saving, you're not just putting it aside just for saving's sake. So you should put it aside, and also make sure that whatever you save over maybe a period would be put to work. It mentioned a particular, should I say blacksmith or something that went in the book. That's the book. It mentioned a blacksmith that worked and wanted to find out how his childhood friend, whose name was Akkad, was able to become the richest man in Babylon, because a few years back they were all like just young boys just playing around, fooling around, and it's not like Akkad came from a rich home. So they wanted to find out what he did or how he became as rich. And then he mentioned that he made sure he saved 1/10, which is 10% of his income every month for a year. And what he did was he put the 1/10 percentage, or the 10% of whatever he saved, to work for him. Akkad was telling his story of how the rich man that he contacted was able to teach him about the savings. And then after a year, he came and he asked Akkad, so have you been able to save the amount of money that I asked you to save, which is 10% of his income? And he said yes. And he was like, okay, so what have you done with it? And then he said he went to see a brick maker, and that guy told him he would be traveling to go and bring materials for his brick business, and then he gave the money to the guy, that's the brick maker, to get jewelry for him. So he told him, okay, so that was a foolish move because now you've lost your income or you've lost your savings. And he was like, why? He said a brick maker cannot have knowledge about jewelry. So if you wanted to get into the jewelry business, at least you should have contacted somebody who has more knowledge on jewelry. That takes me to my next point. It was like, before investing, seek advice from those who know how to handle and grow money, but also you should invest in something you have knowledge in. But he said, okay, you want to invest, you've saved 10% of your income. Let's say if you are saving, if you earn 2,000 cedis, for example, 10% of that is 200 cedis. So you've saved 200 cedis for a year, and now you have 2,400 Ghana cedis. So before you invest, you should contact somebody who has knowledge about growing money and knows how to handle money. So in this case, you should seek advice from somebody who has the knowledge. So it could be an investor in a bank or an investment banker. Or if you are looking into entering into a business, it should be, if you want to enter a bag business, make sure you find a mentor or somebody who has knowledge in the bag business and can direct you. Okay, so if you take a bag made with this material, it lasts longer or it moves faster. If you buy a bag with this particular design, like it will move faster than if you buy this particular set of bags. So you should contact somebody who has that knowledge, who has that financial knowledge on how to manage. So if the person is already a business owner, it means the person already knows how to handle money. And then if you want to also enter the bag business, it means the person already has the knowledge on the bag business. And also you yourself should have some sort of knowledge. So for someone like me who likes to have bags, I love bags a lot. I'm using bag as an example. For someone like me, I already know the type of bags that are trendy because I already like bags. So getting into the bag business shouldn't be difficult because I know what the ladies already use, right? So you yourself should know something about the business you are venturing into, and also you should contact somebody who has knowledge in saving money, getting a lot of interest on money or growing their money, right? For our next point, he says, make sure you protect your earnings from being lost. So avoid overspending, bad investment, and get rich quick schemes. This is something that every Ghanaian should know, because the rate at which people can say, okay, you can watch videos for 10 minutes and make $200, and then you see thousands of Ghanaians trying to apply for that or trying to get money. A lot of Ghanaians just want to just sit around, lazy around, and get money easily. That shouldn't be something that you have at the back of your mind every time. Do you understand? And then even the book mentioned that money that comes quickly leaves as quickly. If you pay attention to our current society, with these boys that do the bets and stuff like that, you see that they will win a huge amount of money, and within like a week or two, they are back to square one. They are broke again. What happened? This boy won bets like last week. So how come the person is asking for money? So you should know how to manage money. So if the money comes quickly, you get it through these Ponzi schemes or get rich quick schemes and all those things. That money also leaves as quickly. It was mentioned in the book. That's why I'm suggesting that everybody should read the book, because you will learn a lot from the book. Sincerely speaking, I'm not saying avoid betting, before somebody will come and beat me. But try as much as possible to put effort into making the money, and then when the money comes, because you suffered to get it, you know how to handle the money before it leaves, right? Okay, so protect your money after you have saved and invested and all that. You can protect your money through insurances, investments with guaranteed returns and everything that has to do with that as well. And then finally, for my fifth point, it says, know your expenses, separate your needs from your wants, and budget according to the needs, and stick to your budget as well. So everybody should know what they usually spend money. For someone like me, who is a 9-to-5 worker, what I usually spend my money on is feeding, transportation, my, maintenance, so beauty. Maybe from time to time, you need to get airtime as well, because I work as a digital marketer. So for me, airtime and bundle has to be part of my budget, right? So these are some of the things that I spend my money on. What you have to do is to list the expenses that you usually spend money on, separate what you need from just things that are satisfying your desires, right? And you make sure that you budget according to the amount of money that you need. So you allocate a percentage of your money to that. And if you want me to make a video on the budgeting routine or the percentages that the book suggests, I can do that and explain that as well, because that's a whole video on its own. I can't put it in this video. So if you want the budgeting, like the structure for budgeting that the book suggests, just let me know in the comments and I'll make a video on that as well, right? So as I was saying, you should separate your expenses. Know the ones that are just wants, like maybe every month you visit a restaurant, like a fancy restaurant, or you eat out most of the time. When you know you can cook, you have the resources to cook. It's not like you are in a place where you can't cook or something, but you have resources to cook and you are always eating out. You should know those are just wants. You just want to satisfy your desires of eating outside. So try as much as possible to rather cook in the house and eat home cooked meals. Maybe you eat out once in a while and then you avoid that expenses, right? So the main things should be the ones that you focus on, and you should stick to your budget, sis. Stick to your budget. Anyways, so for my bonus points, which I promised that I'll give you guys, it says avoid lending money if there's no guarantee of getting it in return. And if you can't gift an amount of money to someone without regrets, don't lend them that money. Also, do not borrow if you have no sure means of repaying your debt. So it doesn't only focus on lending money, it also focuses on borrowing money from people as well. If you have no sure means, knowing that, okay, at the end of the month, I would receive this amount of money, then I can stick to my promise of repaying this amount of money that I'm going to borrow. Don't borrow. Avoid it. Wait till you get the money on your own and then you fix whatever you are going to fix. And if you are lending money to someone, let's say somebody comes to you and says, oh, maybe Abena, kindly lend me 1,000 cedis for this purpose, that purpose, and I promise to pay you by this time. If it is not money that you can freely gift to the person, that if the person does not pay back, it will not affect you in any way, then you can give it to the person. But if it is money that you know that if this person does not pay you back, you find yourself wanting, avoid lending that money. Maybe you can decide to help with an amount of money that if you have the money, maybe you want to help with maybe 200 cedis and then gift it to the person. But avoid lending the money to people if you know you can't let go if the person does not pay you back. So for someone who has had I've taken a lot of bad financial decisions, these are a few points that, of course, I'm taking into the new year and I've already begun implementing, and I'm seeing changes in my finances. So I would advise that if you are interested in elevating your finances in 2025, you implement these tips in your financial life. I hope you found this video helpful. And of course, as I mentioned, if you want me to give you the budgeting structure from the book, let me know in the comment section and I'll gladly make a video on that. Thank you very much for watching this video. As usual, as I mentioned, my name is Zakia, and I hope you subscribe to my channel because I have a lot of amazing videos that I'm sharing with you guys. And I also share lifestyle content as well, so vlogs, all those stuff, and you will never regret subscribing to my channel. I'll see you guys in my next video. For now, it's bye.